This trip was a real eye-opener, and I've learned a lot of things on this trip, being that the level was much higher and more intense than in Bermuda. The level of demands was higher, had to be on time, eat right, you had to play at a high tempo at all times, you couldn't slack or be lazy, and it was just a real change and I had to adapt to it, but I feel like I did very well with adapting. Our first game was probably the least challenging out of all three games. We scored quickly in the first couple of minutes. We went up 2-0, and then it just kept on going back and forth. They scored, then we scored again. We didn't drop our heads when they was coming back, and we just kept on scoring. We found ways to work the ball up. I got 3 assists that game. I didn't manage to score, but I think we played really well, and we definitely showed that we was the better team. Our second game, it was probably the most challenging game out of the three. The other team, they had been together for numerous years, and we was only together for a couple of days with a good bit of training. But I didn't manage to score that game at all. I got a penalty in the first couple of seconds of the game, and we scored off of that. We was very confident that we was going to win, but then we kind of went on and we didn't keep our heads, and we got a little bit cocky, thinking that we was going to win, and the other team came back and they beat us 3-2. In our final game, we drew 2-0. We went down 1-0 in the first half, and we were still thinking, okay, we still have a chance to come back. Then in the second half, they scored early, and we was starting to drop our heads, but one of our teammates reminded us that we have to keep our heads up, and we managed to score 2 goals to draw at the end. We had a free kick, but unfortunately, we hit the post and missed in the last couple of seconds. I scored a goal and got an assist that game. My next steps is to hear back from IMG to see what they're willing to give me for a scholarship and see how much I've earned on this trip. Hopefully, I get enough and also get enough for track, as I also do track.